Alright, so they buffed us, both Fire and Frost here, starting on Reset, which I think was a bit of a mistake for Frost at least, but the reason they did that is just because Frost is appearing really low, and we should probably look at Heroic right now, because it's week 1 of Mythic. You see Frost is appearing really low. I don't know how it looks when you do 99th, still looks really low. Um, Personally, I think this is just because it's not there's not a lot of people playing Frost. Most of the very good mages are playing Arcane. Frost has a lot of nuance to it at the moment, which makes it a little annoying on some of the raid fights, particularly once you start introducing range to it. But yeah, we got buffed, so we're gonna talk about that. So they buffed Glacial Spike by 20%. They buffed Rare Frost by 15%. So it shouldn't really impact your AoE. You can use Glacial Spike in AoE as Frostfire now if you want, but you're not going to play Frostfire. You're not going to use it in AoE as Spellslinger at all. In terms of the buffs, this is going to be a 2.3% buff for Spellslinger in single target. For Frostfire, it's going to be 5.1%. Frostfire is still 200k behind, so it doesn't really matter. But a bit of a larger buff for Frostfire because it uses Glacial Spike and Ray a lot more often than Spellslinger does. At the moment, not looking like our priority is changing at all for Spellslinger in single target. I did a decent amount of sims, and I didn't find, like for instance, say using Ray and Icy Veins, not an increase. Kind of playing like Dragonflight outside of Icy Veins is Spellslinger, not an increase with Glacial Spike usage. So yeah, someone might come by and find things I didn't because of my lines or something, but that's okay. We'll see how that happens. And then for Fire, it had mostly kind of AoE buffs. Flame Strike damage increased by 15%, Phoenix Flames damage increased by 20%, and Living Bomb damage increased by 10%. Sorry. And so this is actually a 2.8% single target increase, which is funny, just because Flame Strike or Phoenix Flames is a massive amount of their single target damage. So like if you look here, it's literally just 11% of their single target damage, and then you add that to Ignite and Intensifying Flame, and it just balloons quite a bit. Because Fire just has so many Phoenix Flames right now with Flame's Fury, with your 4-set refunding, I think it's half of a Phoenix Flames charge. If you play Fire and AoE as well, like you never really do filler, you're always Phoenix Flaming or Fire Blasting. And right now, the build I would recommend to play, the one that I've seen like people doing good damage on, is going to be Flame Strike. Let's see if we can pull this up, because I've seen some people already doing decent damage with it in AoE. So like this person, for instance, Kale, is a really good mage, and so this is like an M plus overall. You can tell from the 2 billion damage, but he did some pretty good damage, and he's just playing the Flame Strike AoE build, which does a lot of ignite damage because of Mark of the Fire Lord and stuff. So yeah, them buffing base Flame Strike's really good, Phoenix Flame's really good, Fire is definitely looking nice. I was actually already planning to play it on like Rashanan. I don't know if I will, but I'm kind of planning to play it on Rashanan when we do on Mythic, which going to Mythic tonight, so I don't know if we're going to kill the first 3 or 4 in one day. Not really sure. But if not, I'll kill them Sunday. Because of already, the mobility is really nice there with how Execute is half of its health. But yeah, so anyway, good buffs, lots of damage. Frost is very strong as well. Is already really good in Mythic Plus. I think it's better Mythic Plus spec. I think it, I thought Azunas thought it was better Mythic Plus spec last time I talked to him, but I think he's been playing a lot of Arcane in his streams. I haven't really been watching too much aside from his raids. And I think Fire is actually kind of sleeper right now, and it's going to be quite good as well come Tuesday. So prep. And hopefully I have some M Plus videos coming out, in the next couple days as well, so that you guys can see some of that gameplay. But yeah, goodbye.